Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So the other day I was browsing through Boots in the UK. I didn't have any intention of buying any new makeup, and then I saw this and I was just like, take my money, take all of my money. This is the Too Faced Christmas Cookie House Party Limited Edition, basically what I have. Limited edition makeup collection. That is a mouthful and a half. It smells like fresh baked gingerbread. It's makeup, it's limited edition, some of it's sparkly, it's amazing value, and it smells like gingerbread. I mean, done, I'm done. So I thought I'd do a complete makeup look using all the goodies inside. There's 2 eyeshadow palettes, a blush bronzer and highlight palette, a mascara, an eye primer and a lip colour. So if you want to see how I did this kind of gingerbread style look, then keep watching. The packaging is to die for. This would make a really, really beautiful gift, but getting it out proved to be a little bit tricky. So I'm just removing all of the beautiful goodies inside. So I've already got my base and my brows done, as you can see, and now I'm going to add some shape and some colour back into my face using this trio. Starting with the bronzer shade called Extra Toasty. It's a really rich, warm bronzer. It was super, super pretty. I'm just buffing this kind of on my cheekbones, around my hairline, the high points of my face, just to add a little bit of dimension and a bit of warmth to my face. It blended beautifully. It's quite a rich colour, probably a little bit darker than what I'd normally go for, but a gentle hand and a lot of blending worked really, really well. Next, I used the blusher shade Daydreamer. Now, disclaimer, I went a little bit heavy-handed. I had no idea it was that pigmented, and I just applied a little bit too much and got a bit carried away. So I had to go back in afterwards with a clean brush and kind of soften it down. But it's a beautiful colour. Just go lightly. And then the highlight is called Get Frosted, and it's like a pink with this amazing gold sheen to it. It's very creamy and beautiful, and I absolutely love this highlighter. I was so, so impressed. So I applied a little bit to the tops of my cheeks. Well, I say a little bit. I applied quite a lot because I absolutely love highlighter and I can never stop. But it was really pretty. Then I went in with the eyeshadow primer. This is the Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Anti-Grease Eyeshadow Primer. I put a tiny pinhead amount over each eyelid and blended it in. I can't say if it lasts 24 hours or stops your eyeshadow creasing for 24 hours, but my eyeshadow looked amazing for a good 8 hours. It didn't move at all. So let's move on to eyes. This is a 20 pan eyeshadow palette. It's mattes, shimmers, metallics, glitters. It's stunning. And then there's a mini one with 2 matte shades and 4 real kind of foiled glitters. So pretty. So I started off with the matte cream shade. It's called Cream Filling, and just applied this all over my eyelid, basically just to set that primer down and to create a really nice, fresh, clean base. Then I use the shade What a Batch. It's like a matte, caramelly, kind of soft, light brown shade, and a blending brush. And I'm just fluffing this in the crease, windscreen wipering it back and forth, building it up super slowly and gently, really taking my time to blend it. I'm applying it to the inner and outer corner. I'm going to try and create my take of a halo eye. I'm not a makeup artist, far from it. I just really love makeup. So these kind of techniques are something, you know, I've learned along the way. There is absolutely no real skill involved. So I'm just fluffing that What a Batch shade over and underneath my eye as well. Next, I'm going in with like a tapered fluffy crease brush and the shade Oh Snap. Can I just say I absolutely love the names of the shades in this palette. It's so, so cute. And I'm fluffing that kind of like I did before, through the crease, inner and outer corner, taking it underneath the lower lash line. I'm not being very careful, you know, it's a little bit choppy and messy. It does come together in the end. I'm just bunging on the colour and slowly kind of building it up, but I'm making sure to try and keep the centre of my lid blank so that I can add some really nice bright metallic colour later on. I'm using the same brush and the shade Ginger Bells. I love the names. This is a kind of orangey brown shade. It's beautiful. It doesn't show on camera as well as it does in kind of the flesh in real life. And I'm placing this in the exact same places. So inner and outer corner, crease, lower lash line. I'm just building up the colour, kind of building up the depth and intensity. Then I'm going in with the shade Secret Santa. Same brush as before. Is that the same brush? No, it's not. It's a different brush. I lied. This is a crease brush. It's like a small pencil brush, and I'm building up that inner and outer corner and taking a little bit through the crease, really to intensify the corners and really intensify the colour. So I'm doing that, both eyes, a tiny little bit again, probably under the lower lash line, taking my time. It's the same kind of process over and over, but just layering the colours so that you get some really nice, rich, deep tones. Now at this point I realised it was looking a little bit too choppy and messy, so I went in with a clean blending brush and just softened the edges a little bit and took my time just to blend it together so it looked a little bit nicer, and it made a big difference actually. Then I went in with the shade Easy Bake Lovin'. This is like a rich kind of metallic-y, orangey brown shade. I'm using a flat synthetic brush and just applying this to the center of my lid. So where I kept the lid blank, I'm kind of filling in the gap with that beautiful metallic shade. Really, really like this color. It looked so much nicer again in the flesh. It just wasn't picking up on camera, but it's super, super pretty. So I just applied this all over the center of my eyelid. Then I grabbed a crease brush again in the shade Oh Snap, that kind of rich, warm, chocolatey brown, and just gently went over the crease and the inner and outer corner just to intensify that colour again. Both eyes the same as before, underneath the lower lash line. You can kind of see the process, just the same moves over and over, but with just different colours. It kind of works though. I then grabbed my flat synthetic brush again and my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, dampened down my brush and went in with the shade I Love You All. This shade is incredible. It's pink, it's gold, it shifts in the light. It's just stunning, and I'm just filling in the center of my lid, pressing and packing the eyeshadow on to really try and build up the color. It is such a beautiful color. It's almost like the highlight on my face, but a deeper, richer, more intense shade. Probably one of my most favorite shades in the palette. It's so pretty. Then I went in with the shade Snowflake and I used my finger. This is like an icy white, shimmery, metallic-y glitter shade. All of those, all of the above. And I'm pressing and packing that on with my finger to the center of my lid. I know I'm staring at you. I apologize. I didn't think that through, did I? Again, building up the intensity so that the center of my lid really pops. Now I'm going to use the shade Secret Santa, one of the matte kind of cool tone browns, as an eyeliner. I think this was an e.l.f. tiny concealer brush. It's super old, but I used my setting spray again to dampen down the brush, and I mixed it with Secret Santa to create a really nice rich chocolatey brown eyeliner, and I applied that to my upper lash line with that tiny brush. Curling my lashes. This is just a standard MAC eyelash curler, nothing special. Trying not to rip out my eyelashes or pull any hideous faces, not guaranteed, but I try. And then I went in with the Better Than Sex mascara. I have used this in the past and I totally forgot how good this mascara is. It is such a great mascara. I'm not sure if I showed you, but this mascara came in the collection as well. Amazing value. So I just applied this as I would a normal mascara. Really, really impressed with it. So what's better than highlight? Even more highlight, obviously. So I went in with the shade Tinseltown. This is like a cool toned, glittery, metallic shade. It's slightly pink, slightly purple, super pretty. And I just popped some of that in the inner corner just to kind of brighten up the look a little bit. Love this. Then I lined my lips. This is by the brand Nude by Nature. It's the shade 05 Coral. Really like these lip liners. They're super creamy, really long wearing. So yeah, I lined my lips with it. Then I finished off with the little lipstick that came in the kit. It smells just like gingerbread. It is unreal. This is the Melted Matte Liquefied Matte Long Wear Lipstick. Any ideas if it's matte or shimmer? I think it might be matte. This is the shade Gingerbread Man. It's a rich orangey brown shade. Now I have to say, it's not probably a shade I would have bought off of my own back, but I really enjoy it. It's a really lovely autumn winter colour. It was a tiny little bit drying by the end of the day. My mouth, my lips were a tiny bit dry, but nothing to worry about. But the shade is really, really stunning and I will definitely wear it again. So there's the completed look. I hope you've enjoyed this. I didn't even touch the other mini eyeshadow palette. I think there's so many options, such a versatile palette and a really, really great value collection. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Have a wonderful day.